And then, so we're saying California, we've got well water, a little holding tank right here. Water comes out of the ground copper. It's unusual, but that's good. And then it goes straight over through. It looks like a multi. It's a check valve, so that's a backflow device sitting there, right here. You got the gauge on it, and a little T coming up top for whatever electronics runs that thing, and multiple ports. I'm not real familiar with those, but it's required that you have a check valve on that. Then a union, prior to the union tying into the tank, you've got a T that goes over, and then but no shutoff valve. So shutoff valve should have been first, because then there's no way to use this right here. There's no way to drain that. That to me looks like a sand separator. So it flows through, and then out of this portion right here, the Y, there's a little plug that you unscrew and you drain it out. And of course you can do that if you had a valve. You can open it, blow it out, and then shut it off. So valve there, and then it goes galvanized over to a dielectric union, and then you get your shutoff valve, of course, on copper, which is a gate valve, and that is leaking pretty severely. Then it goes up to copper. This used to be where the copper, like a normal house would be, it came up, and then you had a hose bib, then it went straight into the home. At one point there was a softening equipment on the sidewall, so this came up and tied in and then came back down. And so what they did when they abandoned it, they just took some PVC and tied it back into the wall, as opposed to just tying these two lines together, which is kind of hard when everything's all tied together back there on iron pipe. But anyway, so then it comes out. It used to be just a faucet sitting here, so just a hose bib, and so they put a T on, which is a full 3/4 T, and then gave you a sprinkler valve, and then that goes out, runs sprinklers. I'm not sure what that goes to. Probably just sprayers. And then they bushed. You're supposed the bushing is for reducing, but they came back up to a 1 inch. And then this is for irrigation as well. So you got PVC going everywhere. It looks like you've got one going straight down through, no valve on it, so that it's always nice to have a valve to shut it down. And so that takes off and goes that way. I'm not sure where it goes. Looks like it goes into the house over there. Okay, so at some point it dives into the ground. So it dives into the ground, looks like it comes up over there. Yeah, so that should get covered up minimum. Anything that's exposed, and a valve should get installed here. This is kind of hanging in the breeze now, but it's not going anywhere. Then you've got another T right here, so there's probably valves in another section. So looks like one valve, and then that line goes, that PVC line goes to valves out front. This one goes to valves probably further in the back.
Yeah, there's a bunch of irrigation in the back. This is
okay.
Actually for the pool.
Oh, this is a pool filler?
Yeah,
okay,
pool
all right.
filler,
Yeah, okay. So that's pool filler valve, and then irrigation, and then a 4-way T. Bunch of hose bibs going on, which that's fine. You can do whatever you want with that. It gives you more plug. So that's not a problem. That could be reinstalled, but everything else, valve should be here, ball valve, so solid brass. And then so you can shut it off and then run, you know, whenever you need to work just on this section of, instead of shutting the whole house down, you can shut sprinklers off. That ball valve right now, though, any ball valve over there, it is still, because they came out the front of the T, it's going to shut off your sprinklers as well. So if you have extended work on the home, your irrigation will be shut off. So it almost seems like you'd want to put a T in. Should have been a T, probably a T back there first. You got an 1.25" by 1 bell reducer. Could have put a T in, and then run your irrigation line. Put a valve on one side, and then put a valve on this side for the house, and then get it all tied back in, because you know, PVC, cut it, tie it back together, no big deal. But anyway, so I wanted to take the video of it, because last time I took a picture and then you get confused later on about all the piping. But that'll give us a good idea of what needs to be done out here. Outside of that, this inspection is done.